Okay, this is a very early 2600, one of the first. It's the earliest serial number I've ever seen. And I just wanted to demonstrate some levels on the 2600 and some unique features about it. The main thing you need to be concerned about is overloading the filter and VCA. And that's usually only when the filter is in non-resonant mode. So obviously one oscillator, you can peg it. Two oscillators, you can peg them too, but once you get to three, you got to back it off a little bit here and a little bit in the VCA, especially if you're using sharp transients in the VCA, excuse my oscilloscope. And that's one of the great features about the 2600 is that it can get really sharp attacks using both envelope generators. The attack release generator is used for the sustain part of the note, and the ADSR is used for the punch. So I'll demonstrate. There's the punch. And if you want some sustain, you add the AR. But you still have that sharp attack. Third oscillator going crazy up there. That's two oscillators. And notice the settings. Usually when you're going for a real percussive attack on the VCA, you want the ADSR with a sharp, fast pulse all the way up. And then you gotta, it's nice to back off or select your sustain with the amount of AR going into the VCA. And then depending on your signal, you know, you need to back it off the input a little bit. Now again, that's three oscillators. That's about pushing it. It's clipping a little bit there. Now the exception is when you start adding resonance, because what happens is the volume levels drop off on the filters. So to compensate, the best thing to do is to peg the oscillators there. You can see it's not clipping now at all, and then you can even goose this if it's not. You gotta watch it, because if you start using slow attack and decay on the ADSR, you're going to get like a strange volume level increase. So this setting is really good for really percussive bass lines and sequence lines, and this is what the 2600 is known for, this really percussive sound. And again, when I turn the resonance off, I want to back off the inputs to the filter a little bit. Now, if you have an upgraded 2600 that you didn't send it to me, you're going to have to back these off even more to avoid distortion, because one of the features of the APU is to increase the headroom of the filter. Also, you notice this 2600 does not have the thump on the high notes. It's really crisp biting, but there's no thump. That's part of the APU too. All right, I'm going to finish off with a classic 2600 sound, the vocal sound. With any legato sound or sustained sound, you really don't want to have this happening there. So notice the percussion is gone. Now we just have a regular sounding synthesizer here. So you take the center oscillator, sine wave, which is already going into filter frequency modulation. Turn it up to about there. Turn off that oscillator. Take the frequency way high. Turn the resonance up as far as it could go without self-oscillating. And you start getting